and let us all do we can to build a better future.
This is a story about Democratic and Republican politicians, people who live in their own reality. So, first of all, a fight that no one really gives a damn about, a debate that's going to take place that really is one big nothing burger. You have dime store American psycho, Governor Newsom from California versus the high heel cowboy from Texas, from Florida, whoopsie daisy, from Florida, Ron DeSanctimonious. And they're about to square off on Fox News of all places. So here we go. The most unusual debate of the 2024 election cycle so far is set for Thursday, when Florida Governor Ron DeSanctimonious, that high-heel cowboy, takes on dime store American psycho California Governor Gavin Newsom on Fox News. It's going to be a 90-minute clash with Sean Hannity hosting. Well, first of all, let's be clear here. Gavin, as it stands right now, is not running for president of the United States. DeSanctimonious is, but he is trailing behind Donald Trump. He was hyped up as the one guy that could take on Trump, and it disappeared like a fart in the wind. These two, does anyone really give a damn about what these two are talking about? Does anyone respect them? People from Florida, people from California, really, don't hold back. Give us your honest opinions about your two governors here. Florida people, California people, no holds bars, no such thing as a wrong answer. But I want to ask this to you, the audience. Type 1 if, Kit, this looks like a robust conversation between two very serious politicians. I want to hear what they're going to say. Type 2, oh, God damn it, no one cares. This is one big distraction, one big nothing burger. They're not going to say anything great. This is all for show. It's to distract us from Trump and Biden. Simple as that. And as far as I'm concerned, if these two were the nominees, this would be the most boring election. It wouldn't be the most important. It would be the most boring election in U.S. history. My cock will fall off. Everything's going to fall off, folks. You're going to get so bored, you're going to want to throw your TV out the window. The unusual debate, again, which is going to take place on Thursday, hosted by Sean Hannity. It's going to be these two jackals facing off against each other. The debate will have none of the formality of the three GOP primary debates so far, but there are real stakes for each man. Oh, my goodness, like what? For DeSanctimonious, that high-heel cowboy from Florida, it is a rare opportunity to command center stage without anyone else stealing his thunder, because he can't hold the thunder. The Florida governor's campaign has underperformed. It's impotent so far, and his polling deficit behind former President Trump has widened because Trump's going to be the nominee. Meanwhile, former United Nations ambassador Nikki Haley, that's not her name, has outshined him at the debates, a key factor helping her move up the polls and loosen DeSanctimonious' grip on the number 2 spot. Newsom, for his part, is clearly positioned himself as a national figure within the Democratic Party. California people, is there any kind of warning you want to give to the American people about Governor Newsom? If you still live in California or escaped or about to escape, type in the comment section below. He has tamped down speculation that he would challenge President Biden for the nomination this year, but he would still be one of the most obvious alternatives if any serious mishap occurred for the 81-year-old Biden. Oh, I like how that's written out. He'd be one of the most obvious alternatives for if any serious mishap ever occurred for that 81-year-old Biden. Goodness gracious, nothing could ever go wrong. And even if that does not happen, he has established himself as a top-tier candidate for the future. Adding an extra fission to Thursday's evening clash is the perception that the two men truly don't like each other. Oh, so it's a cat fight. It's a cat fight. They don't like each other. High school drama. They have been publicly feuding for well more than a year. At least Newsom bought a TV ad time in Florida to tweak DeSantis in mid-2022. Newsom has hit DeSantis over the Florida governor's support of more stringent abortion bans, his enthusiasm for purging wokeness from school curricula, and for backing legislation that banned discussion of gender identity among young school students. Look, all these issues here, right? The front and center issue is going to be about the economy for 2024. Yes, I know everyone has a perspective and point of view, but first in line is going to be the economy. Second line is going to be the economy. Third in line is going to be the economy. And as much as corporate media is going to twist the narrative, I'm willing to bet that not only you, my viewing audience, but your friends, your family members, your coworkers are all going to be talking about the same thing too. The economy, the economy, the economy. It's going to be the economy. I'm very curious how the media and the establishment is going to try and twist it around, so they are going to make it seem like the economy isn't the most important issue, because it very well is. And I think all of our wallets are feeling the same kind of pain. When DeSantis organized 2 flights of migrants to Sacramento, California in June, Newsom suggested the Florida governor could face criminal liability and could be culpable for kidnapping. He's also called DeSantis a small, pathetic man. Say that to his face, Newsom, in those high heel boots that DeSantis was going to put on. I know I'm going too far with that, but I don't respect these politicians. And simple as that, too. While I do find the actions of the Texas and Florida governor deplorable about sending migrants, all across the country, I will say this: it did shine a light on the utter hypocrisy of sanctuary cities, most notably Martha's Vineyard. The same people who probably have in their house, hate isn't said here. We love everybody. Beware of people like that. They don't believe in those words. They never did. They never will. So this is going to be a nothing burger debate between 2 politicians that people don't like. God help us if they both are the nominees, because no one's going to want to sit through their BS. So I'm going to switch things around, and I'll talk about Ro Khanna. Now, this is a smaller video clip from a much more larger video from Case Study QB. But Ro Khanna asked, you're counting on Donald Trump being so bad that Biden gets reelected? Because at the end of the day, the governors are going to have no choice but to talk about Biden and Trump, because that's going to be the front and center thing. I know 2022 has returned with a vengeance in 2024. 2 old men fighting over a cold bowl of soup. Shout out to Case Study QB. Follow him on Twitter.
Then if you do, obviously, with 70% even Democratic disapproval for the president right now, and you look at the polls, you're counting on Donald Trump being so bad that Joe Biden gets reelected. That's what Democrats are counting. Have I got the strategy right?
Well, it's also talking about the president's record. I mean, look, people are upset because prices are high, rents are high, interest rates are high, but the president has done a lot. Infrastructure bill, the CHIPS bill, the Inflation Reduction Act, American Rescue Plan.
The Bidenomics pitch doesn't work, bro. It's just not working right now. There's the world on fire, everything else going on in the world. That's why each week he's setting new lows.
I'm not a fan of corporate media, but this was actually funny again. Just like the guy's just like, hey, wait a minute, man. I got to correct you, man. Things aren't looking too good. Ro Khanna, you're talking like as though Santa Claus exists.
Because prices are high, rents are high, interest rates are high, but the president has done a lot. Infrastructure bill, the CHIPS bill, the Inflation Reduction Act, American Rescue Plan.
The Bidenomics pitch doesn't work, bro. It's just not working right now. There's the world on fire, everything else going on in the world. That's why each week he's setting new lows.
I think
with Democrats too, and with minorities, and with young people. It's just not working. Selling the.
I'm surprised somebody in the back didn't just grab him by the tie and give him a firm smack. They're like, shut up. You got to follow orders and read the script. Because very rarely do you see corporate media actually give that kind of criticism, even on a, pundit show. The real harsh truth about the Biden-Harris administration. It's losing everybody. But it's okay. Hard Lens Media, we talked about it. Myself and Daniel, we called it out in 2020. RBN called it out. Jimmy Dore called it out. And hey, all of you beautiful people knew about it too. It's okay. Take a deep breath. You've been proven correct. Now just sit back and watch the liberal meltdown.
Bidenomics. It's just...
my honest view on it is, Joe, I think anyone today who was president of the United States would have low approval ratings. I think this, for whatever reason.
Do we have, hey, bro, we don't have to set the bar that low, okay? I mean, I like to see a president with high approval ratings. He's doing a good job, I actually want to see our leaders succeed. Now, we got corrupt politicians, but in an ideal world where our politicians actually care about us, you want to see your elected leaders succeed. Like, hey, they did a good thing for the people. Wouldn't that be a sight to see? But now I guess, you're elected in the office. Everybody hates you. Nothing's changing. How did it come to this?
This country is in a place.
You
where it's so
understand
polarized.
that this is Joe Biden at 81. He just had a birthday. You're comfortable with Joe Biden at 85 in the job as president, honestly?
Honestly, I've met with him probably a month ago. If you see him, he keeps a 14-hour day. He is capable of doing the job.
That's the face of a liar. That's the face of a liar. Okay? Biden does not project that. What he can do the job? It doesn't look like he can do the job. He doesn't hold press conferences. The media has formed a shield wall around him. And the Democratic establishment is possibly considering him not having debate Trump if Trump wins the nomination in the Republican primary. No, this does not bode well for Biden. He is not doing well. He's 81 years old. When you reach that age, hey, it's time to pack it up. You are the setting sun, and it's going to impact me. Someday I'll be 80 years old. All of us will be that way. And everything that has a beginning must and will have an end. It is what it is. That's the ongoing truth of life. Everything starts, everything ends. And Ro Khanna, live on air, is saying, no, Biden's doing okay at 81. The answer is no.
Have an argument.
We don't know 2-3 years from now whether he is.
We don't know. Life is unpredictable for anyone.
Yeah, but we do
Then why take the risk, Jagoff?
know that people do age and get to a certain point where they probably should not be president of the United States.
Oh, Joe, if you ask
Are you
me,
comfortable with Kamala Harris, a heartbeat away, with vice president, a heartbeat away from that?
yes, I am. Look, here's the point. Do I wish Joe Biden was 65? Sure, but there's no perfect candidate. There never is.
I think you're counting on Trump being so bad, and I think the whole Democratic Party is. But now they're starting to worry. You look at the swing states, that might not be happening. That whole strategy might not be working if Trump's ahead.
I'll tell you what we need. We need a better.
We need Rojo. We need us. But
if you want to hesitate,
you're afraid to head. Why do I have to? I don't want the hard job. I want you to be on the top of the ticket.
You gotta have a woman.
You'll be Secretary of State. Is state good?
I kind of like how they're putting this action-packed music at the end because it's sort of like wrapping it up like, all right, you can't badmouth Biden too much because after all, our corporate overlords want somebody who's biddable, someone who will do the job. Hey, seriously, AOC, Ro Khanna, Rashid Tlaib, Chucky Boy, help me even throw out Chuck Todd and Elizabeth Warren. Why aren't you throwing your hat in the ring? Why aren't you going to be like the person who actually takes the initial charge, the initiative? What are you so afraid of? Oh, that's right. Everyone has to pay their dues.
I'm pretty comfortable where I am.
She's smart. She doesn't want to get 35, 40.
Well, I don't want to be the top of the ticket. That's way too high. I want Kamala's job.
Everybody hates you, right?
Really?
Yeah.
The vice president?
Yeah, I want to relax. Good. Congressman, thank you. Thanks for being in studio.
All right. One big nothing burger. Politicians, Democrat and Republican. Nothing's going to fundamentally change. Things will just get progressively worse. So at the end of the day, this is what we have. And this is why I promote on the show for people to vote independent and third party. But I'll take it a step further and say, once again, citizen ballot initiatives. And we must call for citizen ballot initiatives for every single state in this country. So we can call for the abolition of all political parties, get money, have a constitutional amendment to get money out of politics, start building movements and organizations not connected to Washington, D.C., so we can probably, dare I say it, have a working deal for the American people because we are being stepped on. There's a pointless, know-nothing burger debate that's taking place between Newsom and DeSantis, two boring people that nobody likes, but yet are being hyped up as, oh, well, these guys got potential. They don't. They're mediocre. So boring, you're going to fall asleep. And then you got Ro Khanna lying on air saying Biden can do the job at 81. Biden can't. So many channels, not only just progressive independent media channels, but everyone across the political spectrum are saying the same thing about Biden. He just can't do the job. Why is Trump defeating Biden in the polls? Because Biden has not followed through with his promises. Biden's age is a very serious concern amongst American voters. And this economy, yes, the economy, the number one issue, is impacting all of us. What I will say to all of you is this. Brace yourself for 2024. It's going to be hyped up as the most important election year of our lifetime. It won't be. It'll be interesting, and I hope a little funny at the same time. And that's why I hope all of you will tune in to Hard Lens Media as we break these stories down and make sure that you're not brainwashed by the two-party system of propaganda of fear the other side, because if Team Red, or heaven forbids, Team Blue takes the White House, that's the end of America. No, it's not. But maybe this election cycle, something different will happen. It has to happen sooner or later. That's why you should stay tuned to Hard Lens Media.